Everyone, and welcome to our second week in environmental science. It was great to get to know everyone last week in our bucket list discussion. This week is going to be a little bit different. Whereas last week we had two modules, this week and all of the rest of the weeks in environmental science, we will just have one. So this week we'll be covering the content in the week 2 module. That content is explained on the week 2 content page. So here on the overview page, we have some learning objectives. This content and these learning objectives relate to content that you'll find in chapter 2 in your textbook. On the flashcard alert tab, I've listed some terms that I want you to know. And I recommend, if you don't know some of these terms, that you make flashcards and study them before you take the week 2 quiz eventually this week. And then the remaining 3 tabs have some videos and diagrams to help you visualize and understand the week 2 content in a different way. So I highly recommend that you go through the week 2 content page as you read chapter 2 in our textbook. We're going to have a discussion this week where I'm asking you to pick one of these learning objectives and then find learning resources. Maybe it's an online video or an article or a website, some kind of digital resource that you think would help your peers attain one of these learning objectives. So there's some specific instructions about what I'm looking for in your posts. Make sure to get your initial post up by Wednesday and then respond to your peers by Saturday. So I'm hoping that this becomes a rich resource with a lot of great learning tools in it that everybody can benefit from. Whoops. Okay, there's also a laboratory in the week 2 module. And this laboratory has 2 parts. There's one part focused on chemistry, and then there's a second part focused on getting to know Excel and using it to analyze the data that you collected in your seed germination at different salinity levels experiment. So here's some background information about the chemistry and that protocol. It's going to use this PhET Atom Builder simulation. This is a really cool tool for understanding some of the vocabulary that we use to describe atoms and also the arrangement of the different subatomic particles. So eventually you will use that tool and then you'll answer these questions about atoms. And then I have a protocol for you to follow in Excel. There's a video of me walking you through it, and then I have step-by-step instructions. What I'm asking you to do is enter your seed germination percentages from the experiment you started last week, and then create a graph. And these steps are walking you through creating a really clear, really concise, really professional graph. You're going to do that with your percent germinated and then also your seedling growth data from last week. So in addition to having a discussion and a laboratory, as always, there's a practice quiz here and a graded quiz. So the practice quiz is untimed. You can take it up to 4 times. It's there to help you get ready for this graded quiz that is timed. So this graded quiz is worth 10 points. And like the lab, it's due Saturday at 11:59 p.m. I threw this in here as well, though I put in all caps, not due until 9:14, so I didn't scare anyone. But this is showing you, so the graphs that you create in the Excel portion of this week's lab are going to be part of your first laboratory report in our class. So I wanted to share this with you because there's a ton of information here to support you in writing a lab report. Basically what I'm looking for is a title and an abstract and a graph. So this week you're going to create the graphs that you need. That's a pretty big portion of the assignment. But I also just wanted to show this to you so that you're planning ahead and getting that assignment ready, although it's not going to be due until September 14th. So you have plenty of time. I just want to give you a heads up about what I'm looking for there. Okay, enjoy diving into chapter 2, and please let me know if you have any questions.